When the world is a storm, be the calm. When I say that, I really just mean in the sense that I don't think it's valuable to allow ourselves to be negatively impacted by the outside world. I think that the external, the outside world can only impact us internally as much as we allow it to. I think it's important that we recognize that the outside world has no control over us unless we allow it control. It can't impact you, it can't influence you unless you allow it to. And I know it could be difficult at times because certain situations come up that make us feel certain ways, make us think the certain ways. But it's about recognizing that you have the power to control your thoughts, you have the power to control your emotions, and oftentimes you do. Whenever you imagine a bad scenario happening, whenever you imagine a bad situation or an argument or something that you should have done in the past, and you start feeling emotions, you start feeling anger, sadness, disappointment, regret, that's you controlling your own emotions. What you imagine literally controlling how you feel actually. What is imaginary controlling what is reality, for you at least. So it's about recognizing that we have so much control over our thoughts and over our emotions. So it's about not allowing the disaster, the chaos of the world to impact you internally. When the world is a storm, be the calm. Regardless of what's happening externally, whatever is happening in your circumstances, it's about recognizing that you have the ability to control yourself. You have the ability to control your thoughts. You have the ability to control your emotions. And doing so, substantiating positivity, substantiating peace, tranquility, fulfillment, happiness, abundance internally. And I think that in turn, when we substantiate these things, they allow those things to be substantiated externally as well. In the same way that if you're in a bad mood, then all of a sudden everything starts to annoy you. If you substantiate joy, if you substantiate peace, if you substantiate positivity, then all of a sudden everything around you only serves to reinforce that. So I think it's important that we recognize that we have so much power over our thoughts, over our emotions. And it's about using that power, using that control of ourselves in a positive light. Being conscious about what you think about, being conscious about the way that you feel, and almost steering it in the direction that you truly want to go in. Steering it in a direction of positivity and a direction of peace rather than one of negativity and resentment. Because I think what we allow ourselves to think about is so important. Because I think that what we allow ourselves to think about eventually becomes what we believe. And what we believe eventually becomes how we live. And how we live eventually becomes what's around us. I think if we just started substantiating a bit more positivity, and not just saying, oh, I love myself, but really feeling that love, feeling that gratitude for yourself, then that'll ultimately turn into positivity in your daily life. You seeing opportunities where you can love yourself. You seeing opportunities where you do prioritize yourself. Seeing opportunities where you do truly express the love that you have for yourself. And in doing so, I think that not just creates a positive experience and positive perspective on life, but then it then allows that positivity to be rebounded and almost picked up by other people as well. So I have a verse that goes to the topic of this video pretty well. It's taken from John 14, verse 27. And it says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." So I think that this verse, and even so many different verses in the Bible in general, when they say do not be afraid, do not be worried, worry for nothing. It's literally telling us that we have the ability to not be afraid. We have the ability to not be worried. And to an extent, the belief that we can be worried, the belief that you are worried, then substantiates that worry. If you think that you can't, and you think that or the person that thinks that he can't and the person that he thinks that he can are both right. So it's about recognizing that you have the ability to control so much about yourself. You have the ability to substantiate whatever you want internally. And in turn, that substantiates things externally as long as it aligns with God's will. So it's about just not allowing yourself to be worried, not allowing yourself to be troubled, not allowing yourself to be afraid. Because what's there to be afraid of? The external can only impact the internal as long as you allow it. So then regardless of what storm is happening in your life, you should be the calm within. I hope you took something from this video. Have a good day.